Hello everybody, Loz Mitchley back once again as always with Banjo-Kazooie. Unfortunately today my WavePad once again failed, so I'm doing a post-commentary rather than a live one, which is a bit of a change from the norm, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've done a bit of cutting of crap that I failed with on this video, so it's about 6 minutes shorter than it originally was. My first fail was going through here and then coming straight back out, but I cut that, so now we're gonna go swim over this way, see what there is to find. We're looking for a tunnel, which will hopefully take us to the Mad Monster Mansion jiggy. Mad Monster Mansion being one of the more intriguing levels of the game. It's a bit more interesting than some of the earlier ones. So, found a Mumbo token, and the camera got stuck. And then we're swimming off in this direction, hoping to avoid that piranha. I really hate those things. Not quite as scary as the shark, but they're still annoying. Right. I had a lot of help from a very old issue of Endgamer. About 14 years old it must be. My cousin gave it to me when he gave me his N64 to play with when he first got his GameCube. Long time ago. But yeah, it was really helpful, and it's got a walkthrough from Mad Monster Mansion to the end of the game, so that's pretty useful. But apart from the very last level, I know where just about every jiggy is. So I'll probably still use it, because I'm not that sure about, well, the last two levels really. Mad Monster Mansion is the third to last world, I think. Yeah, we've got this one and then the one that I really hate, and then we've got Click Clock Wood afterwards that. Afterwards of that? That makes no sense, Lauren. Speak properly. After that. Click Clock Wood. Sorry guys. Click Clock Wood is a good fun level, but it's very tricky and I'm bound to fall to my death more than once. So there's the Mad Monster Mansion jigsaw puzzle. And there's the entrance. Hee hee! I love this world. It's crazy, but fun. It's all spooky and shit. Now, I'm speculating as whether there is something else in this room or not, because I'm sure there's something else. There's like a huge grate on the wall near the first of the platforms that you jump on, but I don't think it really goes anywhere or does anything. But I'm sure I've got something out of it before. I'm probably just making shit up again, as I do. So then we come back in here. This is actually the room that takes us to my least favourite level of the game, but the water level is too low to get to it, so we'll sort that out later. Back through this pipe. The pipe that I hate, because I just hate pipes, and that pipe is no different. Up we go. So at one point, basically, the water level in here rises as well, and when you go through that door to go into that room after you've made the water level rise, you basically go in standing up and come out swimming, and it makes no sense. Because you would have thought water would have gone through the door, but you know, it's a Nintendo game, so we won't question the logic of it. Okay, so here we are in Lava Room. This was apparently the basis for another world, which was going to be lava-based. But they scrapped the world and just left this in its place. And that's one of a few beta worlds that they never put in the final game. Another one was about giants or some shit like that. Bit kind of weird. I think it ended up being one of the worlds that is actually in the game. I forget which one. Probably Moonbase Mountain. But yeah, it looked kind of cool. I thought there was something cool behind the entrance, but there's not. So, right, we go up these stairs, if I can stop walking into them. And this is Mad Monster Mansion. Wah! Right, I'm a terrible evil laugh. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible evil laugher, is what I was trying to say. Okay, so basically you can go into the mansion, and not just through the windows, you can go in through that front door, but we want to save that for later. And then in these rooms there isn't much, just some enemies and some feathers, and a new version of the eels that come out the pipes. This sort basically comes out of the paintings, and keeping with the theme of the world, they're actually skeleton ones, which is kind of cool. They're not in all the paintings as I thought when I did the pecking thing there, the rat-a-tat-tat. Or is it rap-a-tat-tat? I can't remember. Meh. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, there's plenty to do in here. It's not just the mansion in this world as well. There's also a big creepy church. That's quite good fun. Not much to do in there though. Getting in is half the fun. Whoop. Okay, so it's just another one of the same room basically. That's Captain Black Eye. He features in the second game a bit, but not majorly. He's thought to have been tied into Stop and Swap, but no one's really sure. And obviously Rare won't say a thing, so you know. Those bat enemies are really fucking annoying. So hard to kill. And they're really easy to hit you. They find it really easy to hit you, whatever. Oh look, another stop and swap item! Yay! Musical clash. There's actually 2 eggs in this world. And that's a ghost. And gold feathers and shiz. And that's how you kill ghosts. All these barrels, see how they're all 1881? Or, yeah, I think it's 1881, isn't it? I can read. That's a reference to a really old game that Rare made when they, like, first became a game company. I can't remember what they were called, something completely different though. Look at Jiggy! And that's our first Jiggy of Mad Monster Mansion. I know what world we're in. Not all these barrels have stuff in them, which is annoying. But there's Jinjo! Yay! What was I saying? Oh yeah, 1881. There's a game called Attic Attack, I think it is. It's really old. The whole game is just like neon coloured lines on a black background. But it looked kind of fun. Yeah, that is where the 1881 barrel comes from. Just so you know. I'm such a boffin on these... Boffin? Yeah, boffin on these sort of things. It's just... I'm too interested in video games. I won't call it sad, but, you know. See what I mean about those bats? They're bloody hard to kill. And there's some notes. I love the music in this world as well. There's this amazing remix of it called, I think it's In Darkness Lies? Or In the Darkness Lies, I can never remember. Here's another massive edit. I cut 2 attempts at this puzzle out. There were notes in here, in those corners, where those red and white things are. Basically in here you've got to spell out Banjo-Kazooie while stood on this glass. And that purple ghost knocks you off the glass, and if you do that you've got to jump back onto the glass. And for some reason it's really easy to jump off it and then walk straight back off it again. So that's frustrating in the best of times. And those red grunty squares, if you land on one of them, there you go, see what I mean? If you land on one of those, then it hurts, basically. So I did manage to hit one on my first attempt, but I was okay after that. By this point I'd also pretty much memorised where most of the letters on the board were. It's avoiding that ghost that causes most of the problems. Music in this world, like I said, is awesome, but it's also a bit creepy. I was playing this with my, I think she's like 10 years old, step-cousin, and she found it so scary, bless her. Then again, I found the entire game scary when I was a kid. So good on her, I say. Quickly, the ghost is coming. What'd you do that for? See what I mean? Everything went wrong and I thought I was going to fail, but then I realised I had 2 letters left in 12 seconds. So it was all good. Go on, Banjo, you can do it. Yay! It's nice to see that the ghost dies when you do that. Tumblr's a bit of a weird character. I mean, he's like a ghost and a glass at the same time. So I don't quite get what's going on there. So I finished that. That was probably the least logical Jiggy to go for at that stage, but I didn't care. Because there's like one on top of the mansion, so it probably would have been a better idea to go for that one first, but never mind. So then I thought I'd do a little exploring of the world. Oh, pardon me. And guess what, guys? We get to transform in this world. Yay! So, gather all your Mumbo tokens. I won't spoil the surprise of what we transform into, but it's quite funny. And those stupid gates that you have to knock down. Notes! Give me notes! Oh, look at Jinjo. So you can't go in this water. I don't know what exactly is weird about it, but I guess it's haunted or poisoned or some shit like that. Can you get haunted water? This sounds like a bit of a strange but interesting concept. I mean, you can get like haunted lakes and shit, but a haunted pond that's like ankle deep? I don't know. Look, even more haunted water. Oh, and I fell in it. Quick, Banjo, get out of it. Works a bit like the piranha water does that. You touch it and you get hurt, and then you can swim around, walk around for a little while, and you'll be fine. Then you get hurt again. Guess it's the same with that pond. And then I jumped into the well and tried to reenact the ring, but then I was like, no way, man. That shit's too weird for me. I didn't actually find the ring scary, and I'm talking about the Japanese version here. I didn't find it scary. I found it creepy and demented. Well, not demented, but disturbing, but not scary. Like, I was sat with my friends who were all teasing me about being scared, and I was huddled up in my quilt, and I just didn't find it scary at all. I don't know if it's because they were distracting me or some shit like that, but it just didn't seem to do anything for me. Yes, I could have got this jiggy, more than likely, but it's easier to come here as our transformation for the world, so that's why I got out of there. Well, tried to. Kind of failed at grabbing the rope from this camera angle. This is stupid. There we go. So then I looked about myself, noticed there were some platforms with some neat stuff on them, and then went to collect said neat stuff, and then fell in the water. It doesn't splash when you land in it, does this water, which I find a bit weird. So as you can see, I'm 1 life. Naturally, that doesn't mean anything good. And guess what happened? There I go again. And I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye!